Innovative facts about the pesticides. The environmental groups in Germany reported that pesticide use increasing at the heart of environmental damage globally. As per the report published in the journal Public Health, 385 million people in agriculture fall ill with acute pesticide poisoning every year. After poisoning, farm workers and farmers showed symptoms of weakness, headache, tube vomiting, diarrhea, skin rashes, nervous system disorders, and fainting. In severe cases, the heart, lungs, and kidney failed. About 11,000 people in agriculture die from acute poisoning every year. What did not count deaths by suicide related to pesticides. Agricultural workers and small farmers in the global south are particularly affected by pesticide poisoning. According to the study, there are about 256 million acute pesticide poisonings in Asia, 116 million in Africa, and about 12.3 million in Latin America. In Europe, the figure is far smaller at 1.6 million. A study noted that 44% of all workers worldwide suffer at least one poisoning per year. In certain countries, it is much more reported by agriculture engineer Susan Hoffmans from Pesticide Action Network Germany. But in Burkina Faso, observed 83% of farm workers get sick at least once from pesticide due to the acute poisonings. The extent to which they occur is an indication of chronic long-term exposure, which is associated with a completely different chronic disease. The atlas highlights several reasons for the significantly higher number of poisonings in the global south due to a lot of dangerous pesticides are sprayed there, including some which are banned in Europe. In addition, many small farmers there do not wear protective clothing and are poorly informed about the dangers. According to the atlas, fewer than 30% of the smallholder farmers in Ghana wear gloves, goggles, and mouth or nose protection when handling pesticide. In Ethiopia, only 7% of farmers are aware of the warning to wash hands after using pesticide. Pesticides increase cancer risk might be due to pesticides can be spread by the wind hundreds of kilometers and are found in rivers and groundwater. They can kill insects, birds, aquatic animals, and their residue is often found in food. The weed killer glyphosate, which is the most widely used pesticide, is among the most infamous. Glyphosate is caused cancer and some type of tumors as observed in 2015 by the International Agency for Research on Cancer and in 2019 by the University of Washington, respectively. Pesticides have also been linked to asthma, allergies, obesity, and endocrine gland disorder, as well as miscarriages and deformities in particularly polluted regions. Studies also show a connection with the Parkinson disease, type 2 diabetes, or certain types of cancer, said Hoffmans. Manufacturing companies interested in profit more than health protection. In recent years, global pesticide sales have grown by an average of 4% annually. As a rule, however, the companies do not pay for damage to health and the environment unless they are taken to court. In the US, 125,000 people who had sprayed the pesticide Roundup with the active ingredient glyphosate and become seriously ill sued Bayer. The company has already paid some of the plaintiffs and around $10 billion have been set aside in buyer's balance sheet to compensate for the damages. Despite cases, buyers and other companies continue to sell highly toxic pesticides, including those that are banned in the European Union because they are dangerous. Currently, pesticides manufacturers are also seeking a new authorization for glyphosate in the European Union, although it is due to be banned in the bloc from 2024. In agriculture, revolution observed as environmental groups are pushing for a shift away from chemical pesticides. The 30 authors in the atlas use articles to highlight policies that could loosen their impact. In the last 2 decades, Sri Lanka has saved almost 10,000 lives by banning dangerous pesticides, said Hoffmans. In India, some regions they already farm completely or largely pesticide free. This in turn encourages imitations in other regions. According to a representatives survey conducted in Germany for the Atlas, a majority of 16 to 29-year-olds want an agriculture that protects water, soil, and insects, produces fairly without genetic engineering and pesticide, and uses natural pest control. The survey found 63% of respondents would like to see all pesticide banned by 2035 and farmers given support in switching to environmentally friendly production. 11% of respondents rejected this demand. At the end, I can say farmers are following the protective measures to save your life. Apply the recommended dose, time, and at threshold level of chemical. So avoid the excessive use of chemicals and don't use without the proper knowledge. Please subscribe, like the channel. Thanks.